Too far away from there, demonstrations continue this afternoon along West 57th Street in Manhattan. The city wants to move single male asylum seekers from the Watson Hotel that is there in Hell's Kitchen to the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. Dozens of them, as you can see, are now camped out along the street in protest.
Yeah, city officials say want to make the space available for families, but many of the single men who were residing in the hotel say the alternative that they're talking about being sent to is not a humane option. The news site, just one way the city is trying to help house the 42,000 migrants bust into the city in less than a year.
Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon is live in Hell's Kitchen with the very latest. Sonia.
And Liz and David, the people who've been staying here at the hotel are, as you mentioned, single male asylum seekers. And they have to leave, but they have been leaving, many of them very reluctantly, on buses today going to the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. As they leave their rooms here at the Watson Hotel, they're being replaced by asylum seeker families who have priority when it comes to private rooms and proximity to schools. The city just doesn't have the space to put up everyone in Manhattan, but some are still holding out. The tents that were here last night and this morning have been taken down. The NYPD explaining that the sidewalk here on 57th Street needs to be clear. And though many of the male asylum seekers that have been here at the Watson Hotel have boarded buses to Brooklyn today, they're not encouraged about what awaits them.
The first bus of migrants that went to the cruise terminal saw the conditions, immediately turned around and came back and warned the other migrants not to get on these buses. And that started a chain of events in which those migrants were not allowed back to the hotel, into their hotel rooms.
That's because the city says it needs this hotel for families. The city insists conditions in Brooklyn are adequate, but those hoping to avoid a congregate setting aren't so sure. This man says he's heard the lights are on 24 hours a day. They never shut off. And they've been told the shared bathroom situation could be a problem.
There's 4 bathrooms in the entire facility for 1,000 beds.
The commissioner of the mayor's office for immigrant affairs, Manuel Castro, visited the hotel as it transitions to families, declining to answer our questions as he headed to the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. Those who have been staying here in protest say they're not asking for much. We don't want special accommodations, this man says. We want a dignified process so that we can make progress here and move forward.
Or will the initial plan to move those to the Brooklyn?
Again, most have been moving to Brooklyn reluctantly, and the city is promising they will have what they need there, access to the same services, and that the cruise terminal shelter will be warm enough and heated despite being on a pier in the winter. The location is a big disappointment because this is close to Midtown, which is what these men want most, access to work so that they can get out of the shelter system and provide for themselves. The mayor again today made the case for more federal help for what he calls a crisis.